Hello, I'm David from Nature Ventures, and I'm going to help you learn how to make artist's charcoal out of wood that you might have around. The kind of charcoal that you may be able to do a bit of drawing with. First, we need to forage for some wood that we're going to turn into charcoal. Here we've got some willow, which, as well as grapevine, makes excellent charcoal. You could use apple or ash or something similar as well. So we're looking at something in between your thumb thickness and your little finger thickness. It's probably going to shrink by about half in width and maybe a little bit in length when it turns into charcoal. And the next step after you have found your wood is to strip all the leaves off it, and we're going to strip all the bark off it as well. Now, if you've got willow, it's very easy to strip the bark with your fingers. You see it comes off in nice long strips, which you could in fact use with a bit of preparation for making cordage or string. If, on the other hand, you've got some ash, you may need to use a knife to peel the bark off. Once you've stripped the bark off your wood, you'll need to be cutting it to length. So you'll need to have a tin of some kind. Could be a metal biscuit tin, or a golden syrup tin, or an old cleaned out paint tin. The golden syrup tin and the paint tin will seal much better around the edges than a biscuit tin, but a biscuit tin works fine. Now, we're going to need to have a hole deliberately in this tin, as well as any that might come around the edges. So I'm just going to put this on the ground and put a hole in it. Three holes allows us to have quite a lot of charcoal in there if we want to. So once we've got our tin with holes in the lid, we will start cutting the wood to length. So now we're going to put the lid on the tin and make sure it's closely sealed all the way around, and put it carefully on the fire. And we're going to watch that. We'll turn it every 5 minutes or so. We'll watch the steam come out the holes, and we'll watch that steam disappear and turn into a colourless gas, which might turn into flames. And we'll get to the end when it's finished. So now it's been on a little while, and you can see white smoke or white steam being pushed out these three holes, which is the water being driven off the willow, and occasionally it's different gases, the volatile chemicals, which means they evaporate, and when they come out, like you can see here, they turn into flames because they are ignited by the fire that's around them. So when what we're looking for is when the white steam has stopped coming out of the holes and around the edges of the tin, and when these flames are a bit less fierce, that's when we might have a clue that the charcoal is ready. Okay, so as you can see, there's no more smoke or flames, so no more gases coming out of there, which means I think the charcoal is ready to come off. So again, quite carefully and quite gently, because it's very brittle at this stage, placing the charcoal tin down somewhere to cool off. Now, I'm very much not going to open that now while it is still hot, because if we open that, all the oxygen in here would rush into that wood, which is a fuel, and we might risk a flash fire, which would be dangerous and also destroy our charcoal. So we're going to leave that 5 or 10 minutes until it's cool to the touch, and then we'll open it up and have a look. Okay, so it's 10 minutes later and this is now cool to the touch. Let's have a look and see what's inside. And there is our wonderful charcoal with some amazing blue colours in there as well. Now obviously these are very long pieces of charcoal, so you can snap them in half to use as you wish. Congratulations, you've made charcoal out of wood.